Okay.
So,
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
okay.
I thought this was a Zoom.
Oh.
Yes, I know they said in studio, but I thought the Wi-Fi was better. I thought it was going to be all virtual. So,
So you thought you would be staying in the dressing room on a laptop,
well, yeah, Nicole and Jake are not here.
right?
Okay, I thought they were also doing that. I thought we
Gotcha.
were all here and we were just Zooming.
Well, I mean, at least you wore very clean socks.
Thank you. Yes, no holes in the socks. Yeah. Oops. Well,
Now, it is nice. It is nice to have you here.
thank you. It's very nice to be here.
You've been here before. You've been in the studio. Well, not in the studio, but you've been in 30 Rock before.
I've been at 30 Rock before.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a trigger. You know.
It is triggering for you.
It can be.
Okay.
I screen tested for SNL when I was like 23, and it was a nerve-wracking day. First
It
of all,
is very nerve-wracking.
I mean the whole thing is wild. But when I first got here, I used my card to pay for the cab. Declined. I think I had negative dollars in my bank account. Thank God my partner Lucia Agnello was dropping me off, so she paid. So I owe the screen test to her, as I owe many things to her. And yeah, you know, I never like to use public restrooms. You know, I like to be in my place,
I agree with you 100%.
set the mood,
Yep.
light a candle, you know, create a vibe. But a producer came to me and knowingly said, if you need a bathroom, it's right down there. And I had a nervous tummy, you know, as one does. And so I used it. I used that bathroom. And then I screen tested, and I think you may have been there.
I think I probably
actually.
was based on that timeline, yeah.
So you probably remember, I killed it.
Did great.
Incredibly well. It went well.
So well.
Laughter, applause. I think you stood. I think you
did.
stood, you clapped, you cheered.
And I never stand.
That's the thing. I was like, this is in the bag. And then about a week later, I found out I did not get it. And it occurred to me, it was probably a janitor who had Lauren's ear and said, the building can't handle it. The pipes are old. We cannot have him in the building. Okay?
was.
He will destroy it.
He
30 Rock
marched
will
in.
go. Yeah.
I mean, we were about, we had, your name was about to go, and then he marched in and said, it's him or me.
Hey.
Yeah.
You know what? Better him. Better him. We'd be in New Jersey filming this. This building would be totaled.
I am so happy in the end that it has worked out so well for you. This is such a fantastic show.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I want to first ask what it feels like when you write a character this good and then you get an actor as good as Jean Smart who says yes. I mean, it just must be so rewarding as a writer to have that come through.
Yeah, it was a dream come true. It was wild. We couldn't believe it. You know, when we wrote the show, we made this character an amalgamation of like Lucille Ball, Phyllis Diller, Joan Rivers, Debbie Reynolds, a lot of like showbiz veterans. And so we didn't have anyone in mind. But because the show is really grounded and has, you know, moments that are more dramatic and emotional, we wanted someone that could play the comedy and be a believable stand-up, but also do those sort of more heartfelt, dramatic moments as well. And honestly, the list isn't very long of women who can do that in equal measure. And for us, Jean Smart was at the top of it. So we were thrilled.
This is an idea you've had for a very long time. Explain where you came up with it and what it feels like to see it to fruition all these years later.
Yeah, well, we were on a road trip to Monster Jam, Monster Truck Rally.
Okay.
Myself and Jen Statsky and Lucia Agnello, my co-creators and co-conspirators. And as one does, when we're together, we're always pitching, we're always talking about bits and ideas, as you know.
Do you go to was this your first Monster Jam or have you been before?
It was not.
Okay.
It was not yes. I was filming my Netflix special, and I was doing a character named Jasper Cooch.
Okay.
You may famously know Jasper Cooch. Yeah, sure. Whose catchphase is famously "Big Trucks." That's pretty much it.
Gotcha.
That's the character. So yeah, we were going to Monster Jam to film this, and we started talking about a lot of female comedians who we didn't feel like got the same acclaim and, you know, credit that a lot of their male counterparts had. And so, yeah, this sort of fabulous female comedian character was born of a Monster Jam truck rally.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
And here it
Yeah.
is. So you, from the clip, you also get to play the agent in
Yes.
this show that connects both Jean Smart with a younger writer, someone to freshen up her act. What did you want to bring to the role of agent? Because obviously, you know, you're not the first person to play an agent on television, but
No.
it's sort of a unique bounce.
Well, you know, I believe it's really important for there to be representation for representation.
Sure, sure.
You know, I really think if you can see it, you can be it. And I think, you know, for young people, to be in the industry is a dream, and I want to show them it can happen. But yeah, I hope that this character is a little different than ones you may have seen before, because he honestly has good intentions. He's not the slick, slimy agent or manager. He's somebody who really has the best of his clients' needs at heart. So they really do need each other, and so in the end, I think he did a good job. I think he's a good guy.
While you've not been an agent or manager, you have had some gigs over the years where you have gotten the phone numbers of very famous people.
Yes.
Or I should say maybe they've gotten yours.
Both. You know what? Both. Excuse me, I just have to adjust. It's cold in here. Yeah, I actually, my first day job, I worked for this entertainment marketing and PR company, and there was an event, and Goldie Hawn was coming in for it. And they said, you know, why don't you sort of be her person? If she needs anything, you're her person. So I hung around with her that night, and she actually was like, you know what, can I take your phone number in case I need your help? So I gave her my phone number, and that was that. And then about 5 years later, I was with some friends, and I got a phone call from Goldie Hawn. And I was like, guys, I'm sorry. Goldie Hawn is calling me. I got to go take this. So I pick up, and she says, Paul, baby, it's Goldie. And I was like, hi, Goldie. How are you, baby? I'm good. How are you? Who are you? Excuse me? You just called me. It's Paul. Yeah, but Paul who? Paul Downs. Not ringing a bell, baby. And I was like, okay, we met at this event like 5 years ago. And she was like, oh, okay, great. Kurt and I were just going through our phone, and we didn't know who you were, but thanks so much. Bye. Yeah. And I think it was delete. But I still have her number, so
That's good.
you know,
So
if I need it.
in case of an emergency, you could get a hold of her.
That's exactly
if
right.
need be.
Yes.
I'm gonna make you say or tell us one last thing before you go, because
Okay.
it delights me to no end.
Oh no.
When you first saw the show Seinfeld, it was framed differently for you.
Yeah, well, yeah. It was probably like 7th grade, and this girl, Courtney, I was very gullible, and this girl, Courtney, told me that Seinfeld was a show about a man living with AIDS. And I believed her. And so I watched Seinfeld thinking Jerry had AIDS. And I gotta tell you, it's good. Okay, it's very profound.
Really? Okay, it doesn't
oh.
hurt it.
It's absolutely premium. I was like, they don't even mention it? That's slick.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good writing. It should be, no offense to NBC, but I'm like, this isn't on HBO, this is wild. It had a whole new meaning. You know, Kramer busts in, eats a cereal, you're like, come on, this guy's got AIDS, you know? Knock. Jerry can't find a partner, you're like, well,
Right.
he's living with AIDS.
Wow.
Yeah, whole new perspective and context for the soup Nazi. I mean, that guy's a bigot. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, he's a bad-
it
he was already a bad guy.
Try it. Watch one episode, and it really does work.
Well, I love the show as is, but
Yeah,
if I could
as
have
do
a
I.
whole nother way to watch it.
Well, if it's not about a man living with AIDS, what is it about? Nothing? You know? That's.
Hacks is streaming on HBO Max. Welcome, hi.
How are you doing, Seth?
I'm great. It's so nice to. Congratulations on season 5 of Hacks. And show's ending. We're all very.
Sorry, let me just get my stuff together.
Sure. Yeah. No. Take your time.
Yeah, because you're like kind of just on a train I need to get on before you take off.
Oh yeah. No. Please. On your schedule. We're all very sad the show's ending, but very excited about this career pivot that you're going through.
Yeah, I mean, I have an announcement to make. Did you want me to make it now or later?
No. Now it's great. Yeah.
So my announcement, I love you, by the way.
Oh my
You're
God. Thank you.
awesome.
It's great to have you. Thank you.
So I will no longer be acting anymore. I will be doing music.
Wow.
I'll be doing music!
It's really exciting. And I'm glad you're excited about it. Your look, this is a very iconic look, and by that I mean...
I feel like I took so long telling Kayla's story, and I got to do that, and now I get to tell my own story through my music.
Yeah.
Go ahead, what were you saying?
Well, I was just, there's a familiarity to your outfit.
What do you mean?
Well, so it looks almost exactly like a Madonna's Coachella outfit. And now this is an outfit.
Wait, did she ended? Okay, yeah, that does kind of. I could see a little bit of the like resemblance. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the other
She
thing-
ended up wearing that to this Coachella.
She did, and then it went missing. And then that, I guess, is maybe because of just the similarities.
I haven't heard about that.
Oh. So
Yeah.
this is the match is a coincidence.
I would not steal a corset in a corset so tight. How could you steal it off someone?
Well, I don't
Right?
think nobody said you stole it while she was wearing it. I think the supposition was that maybe that after she took it off. That's all.
So you think that I was scooting around Coachella waiting? Oh, I can't wait till Madonna takes off. That's weird that you would think that I would do that.
Well,
and,
okay.
And I also feel like me and Sabrina are more the same size, so I feel like I should have stole something from her.
Yes. You know what? I'm going to let it drop because obviously this is a dead end, and I'm sorry I brought it up.
Do you think I stole it?
I do not.
Okay.
I
then
just
we're
think
all good here.
I just think.
Did you steal your blouse off somebody? Off a beautiful male model?
Okay, so I take issue with you calling it a blouse.
A blouse is just a shirt. What do you think I'm implying about it?
I just think if go with shirt.
I am Southern. I say blouse. Sorry.
Okay.
By the
look,
way, this mic is ruining the outfit.
that mic is.
And it's not doing any favors to your blouse. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding, Seth.
We're back.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to talk about your single, "Prettiest Girl in America." It's a great song. Great song. We were talking backstage. It's a banger. And wait, can you just talk to everybody? I think everybody would want to know the inspiration for what led you to write the song "Prettiest Girl in America."
Okay, so I feel like as a songwriter, you kind of write about your life, and I noticed that I was the prettiest.
Right.
And I also feel like I have become more famous, and there's a line in the song that says, do you know how it feels to go to a restaurant and know that you could buy the whole restaurant? I think it's interesting that we actually did decide to rhyme restaurant with restaurant.
Yes. In the moment, when you say we, collaborators, do you have like other writers, producers you've been working with on the album?
Yeah. Jesse, Matthias, and Monica and Chandler, there were so many different writers. Jen Aniston was like the main producer, and she got us like all in a house, and it was like a sleepover. She put my bra in the freezer. There's 400 people don't know when you're hearing a song, there's 400 people that they're grinding, coming up with lyrics, they're coming up with beat. Let's do that, you know, and they're putting gangs on it. And
So you had 400
Yeah.
people and you still rhymed restaurant with restaurant.
Yeah, because there was a couple other ideas for like restaurant, or what, like there was a couple other ideas going around, like restaurant isn't a word, so it was like, let's stick to restaurant.
Yeah. And it's there's a real nice message behind the song, which is like, I think a lot of people might assume that the prettiest girl in America might be a bitch, and this song makes it very clear that you are not.
It doesn't mean that I'm a bitch.
Right, it doesn't mean you're a bitch.
I'm the prettiest girl in America. That doesn't mean I'm a bitch.
And I just thought that really resonated with me.
And
a blouse-wearing
I'm
man.
starting to think that you're making fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you. I love
Okay,
the song.
put the glove back on
Crave
then.
the whole. What were you gonna do? Did you
wasn't-
take? Was that gonna be like? We're gonna duel?
No.
Were you gonna slap me with a glove?
I wasn't gonna hit you, and I didn't steal the outfit. It feels like you brought me on to make sure I end up in jail by the end of the interview.
No. I would never want. Can I ask you a couple more questions
Yeah.
about the album?
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
I don't understand why there's so many questions. I thought I was singing.
Oh, you-
So when are we doing the song?
Oh, you thought you were gonna do a song today? We don't even.
I didn't think I was doing one, but when you have music person, then they do, and then they're doing music on the show.
Yeah.
I'm
Well-
not. I won't be acting unless any role comes my way. So
Oh,
right
you're-
now, no acting, and then if there's an offer an audition, I'll get back into it.
So you're done with acting unless you get offered an acting job.
Yes. Or audition, I'm willing to tape.
Okay, gotcha.
But right now, no. And then if I get some email, then yes.
Interesting. Can
Anything.
I ask about, and I think it speaks to how iconic a moment you're having right now. There was a Meg Stalter a lookalike contest this weekend.
So cute.
And here it is. And you were kind of posting about it online and how like taken aback and how like flattered you were by it all.
Yeah.
But were you in fact also the organizer?
So well, wait, so one
Okay.
second. Let me just, guys.
Yeah, no, please,
let me
take your
talk, 'cause
time
I feel
to
like
explain
the audience
it.
is sort of. So I loved when I saw this posted because it was my idea to do it, and so yeah. Are you asking if I planned it? I did, but there's so many more people that go into like also posting.
So, like, were Chandler and Monica involved with this as
I
well?
messaged 5 to 12 people to post for me, so it looked like organic, and I told them what to say, oh my gosh, like, is this real? Is she coming? I made them do that, and
Yeah.
then there was a couple strangers that did it.
Wow.
Yeah, but mostly it was me and my team, and there was 400 songwriters. I have 500 waiters that work at my house.
Oh my God. And you're
Yeah.
you're still turning a profit based on how much staff you
Yeah.
employ. What a time.
We were charging people, so we were charging these people. There's so many so every person you're seeing, that was like a $50 ticket.
Wow.
Just to walk on the park ground.
Are you allowed
Yeah.
to do that? Well,
Yeah.
because it's not your park. So are you allowed to really charge $50?
How do you know it's not my park?
I apologize. I'm ashamed at how often I'm jumping to conclusions. Can we show the winner of the Megfelder? Were you involved in the selection?
I kind of thought everyone would start screaming, no, no, no. Meg's here. She should win. She should win.
Wait, you thought people
Yeah.
would want you to win the look-alike? Dude, can you
Well,
win?
damn, I look the most like me, don't I?
Yeah.
I heard you're allowed to cuss, so what the hell is that about?
Here's the winner.
Yeah.
It's a pug.
So I was first of all, a little bit offended that the crowd thought that the dog looked the most like me. I don't know if it's because I'm plus size. I don't know, what
It's the
exactly.
wig, I
yeah.
think.
Yeah, I mean, but I also thought that this dog was probably bought by a breeder. The dog was bought by a breeder.
Yeah.
Adopt, don't shop, right?
Yeah,
So
adopt, don't shop, get bought by a breeder.
if you're bought by a breeder, you damn shouldn't be able to enter a contest like this.
Oh, so this is like a steroid situation where this should have been
Yeah.
eliminated based on drug testing.
Shelter to home only
Yeah.
should have entered.
Was that clear on the rules ahead of time?
I didn't know how many animals were going to enter.
Yeah.
You know what
This
I mean?
seems like it was maybe very trying.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of hard just to get everyone there and paid before I start.
Sure.
So, to cash out, because we were doing cash only, and some people didn't have cash. And then I was like, there's a dog here.
What a date. So the album's coming
Yeah.
out this summer.
So the album's coming out this summer.
Crave.
Yeah. So it's called Crave.
And is that is the album cash only, or can you buy it with other forms of
So the album's free.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
But the reason it is because Paul Downs gave me the money to make it.
Oh,
And actually he gave me the money to not make it. And then I took it and then made it. So it's kind of he's like, I'll pay you not to make the album, and then I took the money and ran.
wow.
So then now it could be free.
You're very
Yeah.
good at business.
Yeah, yeah.
Congrats on the album and the song, and congrats
He
on
didn't want me to sing
He didn't want you to sing?
because I think he wanted me to just sort of he was probably jealous because he wants to sing.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's
what'd you
how it
say?
goes. I was just going to say congrats on the album, congrats on 5 years of Hacks, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Nice salter, everybody.